A move by the Royal Bahamas Police Force to reportedly give thousands of officers time back from working overtime 3 years ago could threaten public safety. Good Friday evening, Bahamas. I'm Altaviz Munnings. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's the latest development in what has been an ongoing dispute for several years now over overtime pay for officers who were required to work 12-hour shifts during a 3-month period back in 2013. Following an intense battle in the Supreme and Appellate courts, officers were ordered to be compensated for their time. But that apparently has not happened. Clint Watson leads us off tonight with concerns raised at the Police Staff Association's news conference yesterday.
Because it's a public safety issue, not just a money issue.
Attorney for the Police Staff Association, Wayne Munro QC, suggests the country's safety could be in jeopardy should the Commissioner of Police follow through with his decision to give police officers time back for the 12-hour shift period they worked rather than paying overtime. You may remember after the issue went to court, the force was ordered to compensate the officers who worked the more than 3-month period back in 2013. The Court of Appeal also upheld the ruling in favor of the officers. Now the issue is brewing again because the commissioner is seeking to only compensate those officers who have either retired or left the force or their estate if they are deceased. Munro says the court has indicated that whatever decision is made regarding time back, it must be done within a 12-month period, and that's where the issue lies.
We really do not see how the country is going to be able to afford to give the time back to all of these policemen who are due it. Let us imagine that now everyone takes their time back, is given their time back, and that requires other people to work 12-hour shifts. You then have a revolving circuit of it, because at no time, I'm confident, will the Commissioner of Police permit the force strength on the street to be less than it needs to be. And so if you cannot afford to give people 3 months on top of their annual vacation off, then you're really going to have to look to some form of payment.
In fact, Chairman of the Police Staff Association, Inspector Dwight Smith, estimates that at the bare minimum of time back, as measured with a public service, officers would be entitled to around 65 days off.
We thought that paying back officers for overtime would have been the best way, because you were going to spend less money. When we did the calculation, if you pay back, if the officer is given just that day back, the government would be paying back to one particular officer, a constable who is making probably less than $15 an hour, $7,938. Now, if they would have paid that back in just the overtime, it would have been $4,095. That's on his base salary.
The Police Staff Association says they would hope, as suggested by the courts, the commissioner would dialogue with them to find the best solution. Up to this time, they suggest that hasn't happened. At the end of the day, both Munro and his client say they feel confident the commissioner and the government will comply, which in their view would be in the best interest of the country. Clint Watson, ZNS Network News.